Hey, I am here in front of the Judicial Center, the Prince William County Judicial Center, and I just got out of Naresh Bhatt's arraignment. Naresh Bhatt is Mamta Kafle's husband, and like I said, he was just arraigned. So I will talk about what's going on real quick. Flip camera, there we go. So you can see, here's the Judicial Center. Whoops. And then the reporters are lining up right now. Okay, I'm just trying to wait a little bit. Here, I'm going to wait. Let's go see what these people are saying. Okay, it looks like people are starting to join. So, do you want to get into it? Of course, I forgot my notebook, so I wrote everything down on a W 2. We found out a lot of information about the Commonwealth's theory of the case in terms of what happened to Mamta. And I'm just going to go through it, okay? So if we're ready, share this, tell your friends, because we are going through what just happened at Naresh Bhatt's arraignment. Okay, and again, I'm just trying to stall a little bit so we can have a few more people join before I get into the meat of it. Okay. Yep, share. Thank you so much. I appreciate your sharing. If anybody wants to share this on Facebook in any of the groups, like the Find Mom to Kafle group, that would be great. Because, I think those people very much need to know. So, all right, we're getting people in. And again, we're going to be talking about Naresh Bhatt's arraignment on the charge of concealing a dead body related to the case of his missing wife, Mamta Kafle. Okay, so let's get into it. The Commonwealth laid out the general evidence that they had against him. Now, an arraignment doesn't get into details. This is not a trial. There's no testimony. This is just the Commonwealth's attorney and the defense attorney speaking. Okay? So the Commonwealth's attorney goes first. I agree, this is heartbreaking. All right. So originally, when people started asking about Mamta, he said that she was visiting family. And I couldn't they didn't use microphones in this courtroom, so it was really hard to hear sometimes. So I didn't catch where the Commonwealth's attorney said that she was visiting family. I feel like he might have said New York. I had read Texas. No, they have not found her body yet, but they have found very strong circumstantial evidence, and that's what I'm about to get into. Okay, so um, he, so the timeline that we've been told, which I've been saying is bullshit from the beginning, is that he last saw her on July 31st when they had dinner. Remember that whole story? And then he put the baby to bed and he heard her downstairs doing dishes or whatever. We all knew that was complete crap. And apparently at some point during one of the many interviews he's had with police, he told detectives that he actually saw her early in the morning on August 1st as she was going to work. So it sounds like he was um, trying to get the story across that she was going to work and then just took off on her own. And okay, whatever. He also said that she destroyed her own phone, and that's why her phone wasn't pinging anywhere. That's why her calls are going straight to voicemail. According to Naresh, Mamta destroyed it first. Well, how can they charge her with concealment of a body without the body? A lot of circumstantial evidence, and we'll get into that. A lot of blood evidence. But okay, so then also they brought up how Mamta is active on social media, which I've talked about in my videos. Again, if you haven't been watching them, I've got a playlist with like 13, 14 videos about Mamta's case. And I talk about how she was very active in social media. No, her body has not been found. She's very active in social media, but her last TikTok and Facebook posts were both on July 28th. Nothing after that. Okay, now on July 29th, her phone was still receiving data. And that makes sense based on what we've heard from her friends and her family. Now, her friends said that they spoke with her on her phone on August 28th. Yes, I'm outside of the court right now. You can see the press conference going on behind me. No, he has not told. We don't know where her body is. Okay, so we know her phone was working and people were in touch with her on July 28th. Mamta's mother spoke with her on July 29th, our time. So it's July 30th in Nepal, July 29th here, which makes sense because her phone was still working. But starting on July 30th, our time, meaning July 31st in Nepal, which was the first day Mamta's mother said she couldn't get in touch with her daughter, that's when the phone stopped working. That's when the phone first started going to voicemail. All right. No, he hasn't admitted to anything. We're getting into what happened at the arraignment right now. That's what's going on. Okay. Then, the phone, Mamta's phone last pinged in Loudoun County. Now, Loudoun County is where I live. It's about 45 minutes from Manassas Park, where Bhatt lives. No, he hasn't admitted anything. So her phone last pinged and was likely destroyed or thrown away or whatever in Loudoun County. Now, interestingly, Bhatt admits being in a cafe in Loudoun County near where the phone last pinged. So he put himself in Loudoun County near where Mamta's phone last pinged. Yes, the arraignment's over. I'm going over my notes from the arraignment. All right. Then 7:30, July 30th. He went to a Walmart in Chantilly. Now, Chantilly is in between where he lives in Manassas Park and Loudoun County. Sterling is like the closest town in Loudoun County that you would go to, right? So he went in between to the Walmart in Chantilly and bought a 3-pack of knives. 2 of those 3 knives are unaccounted for. So I want that to sink in because that is brand new, very important information. On July 30th, 2024, Naresh Bhatt went to the Walmart in Chantilly, which is a different town, different county from where he lives, bought a 3-pack of knives, 2 of which are unaccounted for. Then, on July 31st, the next day, he went to a different Walmart, this time in Loudoun County. If I had to guess, it would be the Sterling Walmart because that's the next closest Walmart. So you're in Manassas Park, you go to Chantilly, there's a huge Walmart there, and then you keep on driving down 28, you get to Sterling, there's a Walmart there. I don't know for sure that's the Walmart, that would be my guess, but it was a Walmart in Loudoun County in which he bought cleaning supplies. I'm going to repeat this because, again, people are coming, they're going. July 30th, Naresh Bhatt went to the Chantilly Walmart, bought a pack of 3 knives, 2 of which are unaccounted for. July 31st, he went to the Walmart in Loudoun County, bought cleaning supplies. Okay, then we're skipping ahead to the other day when Manassas Park Police executed that search warrant and they were at the home overnight. Now, a lot of us, including me, I will be the first to admit it, we're a little cynical about this search warrant. It's been almost a month since Mamta was last seen. You would think, hey, he's had a lot of time to hide evidence. He's had a lot of time to clean up. You know, what would they find physically? I was more, um, I was putting more faith and stock in the search warrants for the electronics. So I was putting stock in the search warrants for his phone, his car cameras, um, you know, his Google accounts, all of that type of stuff, right? Oh, and the whole reason that we know about the Walmart is they have him on CCTV. I don't know if he used credit cards or anything, and they found it out that way, but they do have him on CCTV at both of these Walmarts buying these items that I was just talking about. All right, so let's get back to the search warrant. You all, they found a lot. All right. There were two Walmarts. One, he bought a pack of knives, 3-pack of knives. Two of the knives are unaccounted for. That was July 31st, July 30th. July 31st, he bought cleaning products. All right. So now, this is what they found the other day in the home. Pooling of blood and blood spatter. What appears to be pooling of blood and blood spatter. Now, the Commonwealth's attorney said that they found this using Blue Star technology, which basically means luminol. So they were able to use chemicals in order to find blood that had been attempted to have been cleaned. All right. So they found with this Blue Star technology what they believe to be blood pools and blood spatter. Then they went to the master bedroom, the primary bedroom. The bed was moved in a weird place where it was blocking the walk-in closet. So obviously when the investigators got there and they saw this bed in front of a closet, it's a little suspicious. So they moved the bed, and underneath the bed, they found a light pink stain on the carpet. They believe that this is blood. They used, again, the Blue Star technology on it, and it does appear to be blood. Now, the blood that started on the carpet goes all the way into the bathroom, the ensuite bathroom, and it appears as though there were drag marks. All right. Then, so the blood goes from the carpet that the bed was trying to hide into the bathroom. It appears to be drag marks. And then it's in the bathroom as well. Y'all, they use the Blue Star technology, the luminol, whatever you want to call it, on the shower floor. The shower floor lit up. It lit up. They found more blood and blood spatter, what appears to be more blood and blood spatter in the bathtub. They physically removed the bathtub, and with their naked eye, once they did that, they were able to see what appears to be blood, not cleaned up blood that you can only see, you know, with the luminol, whatever. Actual blood caked in the caulking around the bathtub. They also found those cleaning supplies that they saw him buying at the Walmart in Chantilly. Okay. The home. So then, all right. So after that, so that was basically what they had in terms of the circumstantial evidence that made them believe that Mamta Kafle is dead. And for them, that is enough circumstantial evidence to bring that charge of concealing a dead body. Like I said before, they are working on, you know, more charges, but that is the one they were comfortable with charging him with so far. All right. No, they did not see the body. So now the next part of the arraignment was talking about whether or not he's a flight risk. So I'll get to that in a moment, but I'll answer any questions that you guys have first. All right, the baby is with CPS right now. The baby was taken by CPS when they took him into custody. The body, we don't know. The press release that Manassas Park Police put out said that they are hoping to find the body. Can you watch? I think it'll be, so they save, TikTok saves live videos. I'll try to post what I can. If I need to break it up into parts, I'll post this live as regular videos in case you miss anything. Okay, did he confess to anything at the court? No, he did not speak at the court today. His attorney spoke for him. They did not find the body. Yeah, the backyard, the body being in the backyard, that's all rumor from what I can tell. None of that's been confirmed, certainly, and I don't know that any of that's true. Again, the baby is with CPS. No, nothing is confirmed right now. Yes, crime scene took the carpet. You're absolutely right. And we did know that yesterday because you could see on the live stream that they did remove carpet, and now we know why. It's the carpet in the master bedroom under the bed that they found what appears to be a blood stain. I actually don't know if he had a private attorney or if it was an attorney appointed to him. Yeah, I already went over the evidence that they found. Okay, where did I get the information about blood? From the arraignment. So all of the information that I just gave you about all of the blood was just presented in Naresh Bhatt's arraignment by the Commonwealth's attorney. Okay, if they didn't find the body because they have a lot of blood evidence, that's why. They're building the case for the bigger charges. Body has not been located. We don't know who's getting the baby right now. All right, do we have any other questions about the evidence uncovered by the search warrant that was given by the Commonwealth's attorney? Yes, the arraignment's open to the public. Court cases are open to the public. I don't know what type of knives. They didn't go into specifics. We don't know if anyone else is involved. Nobody's been charged yet. Mamta's husband and parents, as far as I know, are in Nepal. They saw blood in the shower. They saw blood that they found via Blue Star technology, meaning blood that had been cleaned. And when they removed the bathroom, they saw what appears to be actual blood in the caulk. I don't know about the knives. Oh, okay. So somebody asked me if there's evidence who's trying to flee the country. So that actually goes into the next part of the arraignment. No, he has not admitted anything. All right. Now let's get to the next part of the arraignment in which they talked about whether or not he's a flight risk. No, he has not pled guilty. And we don't know where her body is. Okay, flight risk. The Commonwealth's attorney said that when investigators executed that search warrant the other day, that the home was in disarray. They also saw evidence that he was planning on leaving. One question that I've had that I had not gotten answered until today was whether or not the baby had a passport. With both of her parents being from out of the country and having family overseas, it would make sense for a baby to have a passport, but I didn't know if they had gotten around to actually getting her that passport yet. What I will say is there's no way. I mean, there hasn't been enough time to have a passport issued since Mamta's disappearance, and you can't issue a passport for a minor with only one parent. So what I found out today is that the baby does have a passport, and when investigators were in the home the other day, they located both Naresh and the baby's passports. Okay? They also found a suitcase packed. They said that the house was packed up first, and then specifically they mentioned a suitcase and that several items in the closet were missing, specifically Naresh's items. The Tesla. Let's talk about the Tesla too, because that's been a big thing that I've been talking about since day one, which is a Tesla has like 20 cameras on it and has a lot of data. And I was wanting to know where the Tesla was, had the data been pulled from that, right? He sold it. Naresh sold his Tesla on August 19th to CarMax. So I don't know if the police didn't get that data prior to him selling it. I'm going to lose my mind. Hopefully they did. Hopefully they can still get it. I don't know how that works, but he sold his car to CarMax on August 19th. And again, yeah, like I said, that the house is packed up and that a suitcase and clothes are missing from the closet. They saw the packed suitcase. So they're like, the Sue is ready to go. They have not found her body. Her body has not been found. This charge of concealing a dead body is based solely on circumstantial and blood evidence. Yeah, I don't know if they rebooted the Tesla system, whatever. So I would hope it holds historical information because that is key. And if the police screwed that up and wasted all this time and didn't get the information from Tesla and he sold it, I'm just trying so hard not to swear, you guys. I have a lot of words that I want to be saying right now. Like, oh my God. Okay. Oh, I don't know, but noises are happening. Are those roses? Okay. Thank you. I don't know. All right. So, all right. Now, that is the extent of the information given to us by the Commonwealth's attorney. Now, does anybody have any questions before I get into what the defense had to say? Okay. So I only heard about these tenants yesterday. I know nothing about the tenants. So if anybody has any direct knowledge about the tenants, please let me know. Because I know absolutely nothing about whether or not they had people living in the basement, and if they did, what these people thought. Mamta's phone has not been found. No. Okay, get to the information. Please take questions after. I'm just trying to do it like part by part. All right, so I'll get into what the defense had to say, which honestly was not much. Okay, so the first thing that the defense attorney addressed was him selling the Tesla. And so this is the first thing the defense attorney says at all. And he says, I don't know why I sold the Tesla. Maybe he doesn't like Elon Musk anymore. Which, I mean, fair. I don't like Elon Musk either. That's why I drive a Chevy Bolt EUV and not a Tesla. But yeah, that was what he said. This is the Prince William County Judicial Center. Okay. And he said, the defense attorney said that basically, and this is a fair point, that basically Naresh has had a month almost to leave, and he hasn't. So he said he's not a flight risk because if he wanted to leave, he would have left by now. He also spoke to the blood evidence. And remember, if you're here on that part of the live, I was talking about how basically most of what they found was not, a pool of blood, right? It was blood that they found through Blue Star technology, or luminol, which is a chemical that lights up blood that has been cleaned, right? So the defense attorney was saying that, we don't know that that's actually blood because luminol can pick up other items and say that it's blood. It can give you a false positive for blood because other things light up as well, including bleach. So the defense attorney pointed out that we don't actually know that what the investigators found was blood. All we know, and he's absolutely correct, all we know right now is that it appears to be blood. All right. He also said that Naresh completed a pretrial assessment. And basically, a pretrial assessment, from what it sounds like, is aimed to see whether or not the person's a flight risk. I think they often go over your finances to see if you, one, have money to pay a bond, two, if you have money to disappear if you want to. And it also just kind of goes over the other aspects of the case and judges whether or not you're going to be a flight risk. Now, according to his defense attorney, his pretrial assessment put him at 91% likely to appear. Meaning that, he's arguing that Naresh is not a flight risk because his assessment said he has a 91% chance of appearing. Now, apparently this pretrial assessment has changed a little bit because it used to come with recommendations of, like, based on your score, whether or not you should be released pending trial. And so the defense attorney tried to bring that up. He tried to say, like, he scored like 91% likely to appear. That means that he should be let out pending trial. But the judge was quick to point out, she's like, no, 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 no. It does not come with recommendations anymore. Like, that does not happen. There's no official recommendation. And she also pointed out that this is an arraignment. It's not a bond hearing. And so they're not discussing bonds at this hearing. If he wants to have a bond hearing, he can file a motion. The court will go over it then. And the defense attorney also said that this is all optics. He's like, listen, I know this looks bad, but you don't actually have any evidence of anything. We don't know that it's blood. People can go to Walmarts that aren't in their town. People can buy cleaning supplies. People can even buy knives, We cook, right? We all have knives in our house. We've all bought knives at some point. While the optics may be bad, it doesn't actually mean anything. It's not evidence. All right? This is what the defense attorney is saying, okay? We also don't know if Mamta's dead. And yes, you have what appears to be blood in the house. Yes, you have circumstantial evidence saying that she's dead. We do not have a body. All right? We don't have a body. This is what the defense attorney is saying. So how can you, and this is a question that a lot of you have been asking, right? How can you arrest somebody with concealing a dead body when you don't even know that a dead body exists? And so so based on all this, based on him not being a flight risk, us not knowing if it's blood, us not even knowing if Mamta is dead, he said that Naresh should be released on this charge, right? He's like, I don't know, if we're going to have more charges, we can talk about that, but on this charge, he should not be held. All right. Oh, and the other important thing. Okay, first of all, I'm not on anybody's side. I'm literally going through what his defense attorney just said. Like, these are my notes on what the defense attorney said, who is being paid to be on his side. I am just reporting what I saw. All right. Now, the other important thing that we just learned from the defense attorney is that Naresh doesn't have a job anymore. I don't know why he doesn't have a job. He didn't say. And that could mean two different things, right? If he was fired, we can get that. But if he quit his job, that could go further to saying whether or not he was perhaps planning to leave. But, the defense attorney can also say, well, he quit his job because he was too distraught to work. So that could go either way, but that's kind of where she was. Okay, that is all of the information I had. It was a very short hearing, probably about 15 minutes or so. So now I can take questions. What do we have? We don't know what if anything the neighbors' cameras have caught. Nobody has released that information, but we do know that the police did ask for the camera footage from the neighbors. Probably murder, probably life in prison. Okay, how about, oh God, do police, so they haven't outright declared that Mamta's dead. But yeah, well, actually they kind of have, because they did say in the press release that they hope to find her body. No, he's not working. No, they have not found her body. Yes, they pulled like all of his bank records and everything. I don't know about sentencing or anything. The only charge that he has, which is concealing a dead body, is a class 6 felony. Is it 6? Felony, whatever it is, but it's a very, very low felony. So the sentence for this could be up to a couple years, but again, I think we're going to have more charges very shortly. He's not active military. He's actually retired on disability, but either way, that doesn't affect charges or sentencing. Mamta's phone was switched off in Loudoun County, and Naresh put himself at a cafe in Loudoun County near the tower where her phone last pinged. I did believe that the police were a little late to do the search warrant, or a lot late, but they found a lot of evidence. So, goes to show you how do I know? The investigator did not test the knives because 2 of them are unaccounted for. Maybe, I'm sure they tested what they could find, but no, 2 knives that he bought at Walmart are still unaccounted for. Oh, good. I hope that's right. Mamta's mom and brother's visa is approved. If that's true, that is excellent news. Yeah, Loudoun County, right? Yeah, I did see his wife was on Facebook seeking help. I actually posted one of those screenshots in one of my early videos. No, they have not. The blood hasn't been tested. Oh, thank you for that. Reminds me, there was one more piece of information. So the next hearing, and I don't know what the hearing is. I'm guessing it's the preliminary hearing, is scheduled for October 24th. And the defense attorney was not confident that they would have all of the blood testing back prior to that date, because blood testing takes a long time. So the defense attorney isn't convinced that it'll be ready in time. So we might see a delay in that hearing. He bought the knives from Walmart on July 30th. How did he look in court? He was in an orange jumpsuit. I didn't see him. I saw him, I saw the back of his head. He had a translator with him, and he was just kind of sitting there silently. And then he didn't say it. He didn't address. He was given an opportunity to address the court. He did not address the court, and he left right after. No, the body has not been found. Yes, he sold the car. Thank you. Trying to sell the house. Yes. I don't think I mentioned that. He had contacted 2 different people about selling his house as well. He does speak English, but it's not his native language. So I think they had a translator just to make sure that he got all the information and didn't miss anything, because it's obviously very important in a court proceeding that you get all of the information that's being said. Yes, police saw him on CCTV at Walmart on July 30th buying the knives, and at a different Walmart July 31st buying cleaning supplies. I don't know what your question was. I'm sorry you didn't get your answer. There's a lot happening. The baby is not with family yet. The baby's with CPS. Yes, he's a disabled veteran, and he is receiving a pension from the U.S. Army. Yes, we all want justice for Mamta. I don't think that the parents will be permitted to take the baby to Nepal. Because, you think about it, right? Like, in this country, you're innocent until proven guilty. Yes, her father is in jail right now. He's being held, but he hasn't lost his parental rights. So you can't just take somebody's baby to another country. So the baby's going to have to stay here for the time being, at least. So we'll see what happens there. Thank you so much. I don't know that the baby sponsors friends. I haven't heard that. Last I heard, the baby is with CPS. Somebody else said that their family's granted a visa. I hope they get over here very soon. What was he seen buying at Walmart? July 30th, he bought a pack of 3 knives. 2 are unaccounted for. And on July 31st, he went to a different Walmart and bought cleaning supplies. No, they have not found her body. They might. As of now, it looks like he's going to remain in custody, but there was talks of potentially having a bond hearing, but they have not filed the motion for that yet. I don't know if he took the baby with him. They didn't talk about the baby. Nothing's proven yet. I went over, they found a lot of blood evidence in the house, and then the knife and the cleaning supplies. Okay. It's a beautiful day, at least. There's still a couple. Hold on, let me see if I can flip my camera, show you what else is going on here. It's still me. Flip my camera. There it is. So you can see, we've still got a couple of reporters around here. Um, few cameras, but not much going on at the moment. All right. He's not saying anything. He didn't speak, so we don't know what he said. I'll make a separate video where I'll run down all of the evidence. I don't know what'll happen to his property. I mean, I don't know. He just bought the house a year ago. He has a mortgage on it. It'll probably be ordered to be sold, and whatever profit, if there is any, would go to the child. He already sold the car, so who knows? I don't know how military benefits work, but he is on disability, so I would assume that those benefits would probably transfer to her. But again, I don't know how that works. He sold the car on August 19th to CarMax. I don't know if the police are releasing a statement. Um, Mamta's parents could potentially take custody of the baby, but from what I think they would have to stay here in the country. They couldn't take the baby back to Nepal. We don't know where the baby was. I hope they are going to trace that car. They should have had the data from the car prior to him selling it on August 19th, but yeah, I'm hoping they can get the car back. I really don't know. I don't know. I don't know what his punishment is. There are going to be more charges. So honestly, whatever his punishment on this charge of concealing a dead body is really going to be secondary to the larger charges that he's likely going to be facing. I'm so happy to hear that her parents are on the way to US. I don't know anything about the tenants. So if anybody has any direct knowledge about the tenants, please let me know. I know nothing about them. Okay. No, Naresh's mother was not living with them. His parents were here back in February, and that caused a lot of friction between Mamta and Naresh. It sounds like it sounds like Mamta did not get along with Naresh's parents. They eventually did go back to Nepal. I'm not exactly sure when, but prior to all this happening. Yeah, I don't know anything about the tenants, so I've just been hearing that since yesterday, that they apparently had tenants in the basement. I don't know if that's true. All right. Yep. 2 months ago, she talked to you. Yeah, it sounds like she's been unhappy in her marriage for quite some time. Yes, he was seen buying a knife on three knives on July 30th, including supplies on July 31st. Both at different Walmarts, neither of which are in his town or county. Yeah, if they didn't already get the data from the car, they need to get the car back. I agree. It's hard to say. So the courtroom was pretty busy. I saw a couple of reporters. I saw some people who I don't know any of Naresh's friends or family. So potentially, I'm not sure. Yeah, sold the Tesla on August 19th. Yep, Tesla sold to CarMax on August 19th. This whole thing's insane. Yeah, I'll do a video, like a proper video with all of the content, but I wanted to go live as soon as possible and answer questions because, obviously it's harder for me to answer questions when I pre-record a video. I don't know how he did it. The evidence is suggesting that he stabbed her. The evidence is also suggesting that it was premeditated. I've talked about the Mamta posting groups about her safety in previous videos. You can check the playlist. I believe the Help Find Mamta Kafle Facebook page, their GoFundMe, was launched to help Mamta's family get to the U.S. It appears that this was not an accident. If the knives end up being the murder weapon. He purchased a 3-pack of knives at Walmart on July 30th, and 2 of those knives are unaccounted for. So if those knives end up being the murder weapons, then you can pretty clearly show premeditation. No, they have not found a body. It's, to my knowledge, that whole thing about her being in the backyard, as far as I can tell, is a rumor. The whole thing about her being in the river, as far as I can tell, came from a YouTube psychic. Yeah, I don't know how the benefits work for veterans. I just don't know. Um, so again, on Walmart. Oh, is Ranju, the GoFundMe link that you just posted? Can you tell me which GoFundMe that is? There wasn't any video in the court, from what, unless I missed it. Naresh is not speaking. He did not change. He did not put in new carpet. No. Um, I don't know. I hope they have a clue where her body is. But as far as the last official thing that I heard, they were just hoping to find the body. Oh yeah. It's absolutely legal not to speak. You have the right to remain silent. So you have the right to not incriminate yourself. And the judge reiterated that to Naresh today, and he chose not to speak. Well, yes. So the blood has been taken away for testing. We do not know when we're getting the results back. Often it can take a long time. And that's what the defense lawyer said. He does not think that the evidence will be back in time for the October 24th preliminary hearing. Yes, Naresh has a lawyer. I don't know if it's a court appointed attorney or if it's a private attorney. They're going to get the truth through evidence. I mean, most cases that are prosecuted, there's no confession. It's just the evidence and the case that they built. I don't know that he's that smart with his moves, honestly. Like, no, no body parts. The defense attorney is absolutely saying that the husband didn't commit it. Yeah, Naresh is not pleading guilty. Okay, I'm going to go through a very quick overview of the evidence that was found at the home for those of you who have joined late. All right. Okay. Prior to the search warrant being executed at the home, the 2 main pieces of evidence are CCTV footage. July 30th, he was seen at the Chantilly Walmart buying a pack of 3 knives. 2 of those knives are unaccounted for. July 31st, he was seen on CCTV at the Sterling, Virginia Walmart, which is in Loudoun County, buying cleaning supplies. Then fast forward, August 19th, he sold his Tesla to CarMax. Then the other day, when they did the search warrant in his house, they found what appeared to be blood. Now, the blood was found through Blue Star technology, is what the Commonwealth's attorney called it. I want to make sure. Is that what I said before? Blue Star technology? Blue Star, yeah. Which is basically luminol. So what happened was this chemical that they put on different surfaces reacted as though it is blood. We don't know for sure that it's blood. It just reacted as though it is blood. In addition, underneath the bed in the primary bedroom, police saw a pinkish stain which appeared to their eyes to be a blood stain that had been cleaned up. They then used the Blue Star technology on that, what appeared to be blood stain. It lit up. It reacted positively for blood. They followed this blood from the carpet to the bathroom as if something had been dragged. So it was drag marks. in the bathroom, on the bathroom floor, they saw, again, through the technology, what appeared to be cleaned up blood that made drag marks and blood spatter. So we've got those two things. Then in the shower, they said that it lit up like a freaking Christmas tree. So a lot of what appears to be blood was in the shower. Then what they did is they physically removed the bathtub. And once they physically removed the bathtub, in the caulking, they were able to find what, to the naked eye, looked like dried blood in the caulking between the bathtub and the wall. They, of course, took samples of that as well. So when we saw on the live stream them taking out rolled up pieces of carpet, that is why, because in the bedroom they found what appeared to be a blood stain on the carpet. Now they've also taken samples of the blood that they believe was in the grout or in the caulking. Those samples have been taken to the lab. So we are looking to see, all of that has to be tested, of course. So the knives, the blood, he sold the car. He also spoke to two people about selling his house. They also saw bags packed. They said that his passport and the baby's passport were in, an easily accessible location, like they were out. And the house is in disarray. It looked like he was about to run. So, okay, that's a quick rundown. So does anybody have any more questions? If they track the car, the body might be found. I agree. He sold the car on August 19th, though. So hopefully they either already got the data from the car or they still can. We don't know if he's going to take a plea deal. Somebody gets charged with concealing a body without the body being found based on the evidence that I just went over. And the thing is that if this is a smart move that they made, this is why they charged him with, yes, this is a felony. It's a very low level felony. And they charged him with this first because if the courts determine that they don't have the evidence and they decide to throw this charge out, they're not going to be hindered by double jeopardy. So maybe they lose this charge. They don't care if they end up losing this charge. All that's going to tell them is that they need to get their ducks more in a row before they charge him with the bigger charges. So this is kind of like a test case. This charge is, okay, is the evidence that we found enough? How much more do we need to get? Thank you. All right. Yeah. Any videos about what happened to court today? Bro, that's what I'm doing. So this whole live is like, I am literally outside of the courtroom. I'm getting all this information from the arraignment that just happened. I was inside the courtroom. What is my background? I'm a realtor. So if anybody in Northern Virginia or the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia likes to buy a house, let me know. But I also have hosted a true crime podcast for 4 years. It's called And Then They Were Gone. We only do unsolved missing persons cases. But this case is local to me. So I decided to get on it, at the beginning. And we did do an episode that we released last week on Mamta's case. I know, the poor baby. The average home price around that area, I mean, we're talking Prince William. I would say his house is probably in like the 500s. But again, I would have to look. My podcast name is And Then They Were Gone. If you go to my bio, I have a link in my bio and you can find everything. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Let's see. What other questions do y'all have? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know if the baby was with him in Walmart or not. They did not speak about that. No, the evidence might be enough. We just don't know yet, and a lot of it's going to be determined by the blood testing on the items that were taken from the home. We don't know what's going to happen with the house now. Um, if I had to guess, he's going to be hoping that he gets out and he would want a home to go to. So if I had to guess, he's going to continue to pay the mortgage. But, you know, if he thinks he's going to be in jail for a while, basically, if he ends up getting charged with homicide, for instance, and he ends up being held without bond, the trial could take a year or more to happen. So what he would probably do then is assign a power of attorney and sell the house. And he would probably use the money for his defense. So that's the other thing, that any money that Naresh has, any liquid assets that he has, the money he got from the Tesla, the money his bank account, all of that's probably going to go to his defense. Like the baby's probably not going to see any of it. The only thing that I can see, and again, I'm not an expert on this, but they are able to, um, if they are able to get his army benefits to her, that could help. But I don't know how that works. What happens if the body's never found? Um, no body homicide cases are rare, but they're not unheard of. And there are many examples of no body cases that have been successfully prosecuted. One of the most recent examples being the Kristen Smart case out of California. To where he was traveling, we don't know where he was planning on traveling. Yeah, I mean, if he's found guilty of first degree murder, yes, he would probably be getting life in prison. Yeah, it's possible. We have no idea. Anything's possible in terms of him disposing of the body. He had weeks to do it, you know? Anything's possible at this point. Yeah, he lied in front of everybody. Yes, the court session. So this court hearing was an arraignment. Arraignments are very short. The entire hearing lasted about 15 minutes. Yeah, I don't know about how the pension works. I would hope that his next of kin would get the pension if he ends up being sentenced to prison, but I just don't know. Nobody's been found, no. The next hearing is scheduled for October 24th. Man, something just landed on my head. I don't know if you all saw that. So there were no videos inside. They don't allow cameras in the courtroom, from what I understand. Um, they could potentially do a polygraph test, a lie detector test, but those aren't admissible in court. So I don't know that there's really a need. I mean, I don't think it's strange that Mamta's employer reported her missing. They actually care about her. No, I don't believe the child's grandparents can take the baby back to Nepal. She's a citizen, and I think she would have to remain here. What did they find around in the bathroom? A lot of what appears to be blood and cleaned up blood. Yeah, the bond hearing. So the bond hearing on the 26th of this month, which is Monday, maybe I would have to check. I got on this live as soon as I left the courtroom. And when I was in the courtroom, a bond hearing had not been set, but I've been on live with you all for a little while. So I don't know what's happened since then. Um, and also, if any of you have any tips on any of this or like screenshots, anything like that, my email is in the link in my bio. So you can always just send things to me there. You can also DM me on TikTok, but I don't think you can like upload pictures or anything. Yes, it is possible to have blood for years, actually. And most of the blood evidence that they found by Blue Star Technology. So this is actually blood that had been cleaned up. If it is blood, because again, that's not confirmed. Okay, what else do we have? You're welcome. Thank you. Um, They didn't discuss specific amounts of blood because, like I said, a lot of it was cleaned up, so it's kind of hard to tell, but it seems like it was pretty substantial. Hold on. I want to get, I'm sure this guy knew about this technology questions. Why did he still do it? Because people are stupid. That's why. I think everybody wishes he would just tell us what happened, but I mean, he seems to be, I'm not a psychiatrist, but narcissistic personality disorder is what comes to mind for me, and they won't tell you anything. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if her parents can stay in the country and take care of the baby, yes, but I don't think they'll be able to take her back to Nepal. If he pleads guilty, who knows? If he could cut a deal. Um, I don't know. He could get up to life in prison, but it's hard to say. You're right. There are many cases like this, and the reason this case got so much attention is because of Mamta's friends and coworkers. The people who care about Mamta, who truly love Mamta, showed up, as did the Nepali community as a whole. They showed up, they showed out, they put their foot on the necks of Manassas Park PD and did not let up. And that is why we're at this courtroom today. Because you're right, there are a lot of cases like this. We've covered almost 200 cases on our podcast, unsolved cases on our podcast. And a lot of them are exactly like this, and they're not solved. But the community putting their foot on the police's neck is why we're here. I don't know about if he can see his daughter. To be honest, he used his daughter as a tool. Like, I don't honestly think he cares about his daughter. His daughter's just a pawn to him. I don't know about the size of the knives. They didn't go into details. Just that it was a 3-pack. There was some sort of press conference out here. The reporters seem to be pretty much packing up now. Why was my live? Why? Oh, hold on. It's asking me to verify. All right. Um, we don't know where the body's buried. We don't know anything. And as Naresh's defense attorney points out, we don't have any actual evidence that she's dead. He mentions the baby, so you feel bad for him. Like, everything he said was, oh, poor me, since the beginning. I'm the one who's hurting the most. The baby and I are hurting the most. They found blood in the bedroom and the bathroom. Oh, yeah, I do Unsolved Cases podcast. Yeah, he killed her. Like, I'm sorry, I was incredibly depressed last night because knowing, we've known from the beginning that this is likely how this is going to turn out, but it it makes me emotional. Um, because if you look at Mamta's social media, like, that baby was her world, and Mamta seems like such a sweet, kind, beautiful person. And we all knew that this is probably how this was going to turn out, but it doesn't make it. Sorry, it doesn't make it hurt less, He was using the baby as a tool in a couple of different ways. So one of the screenshots that I posted, last week or whenever, that Mamta posted on Facebook, said that she was trying to separate from her husband, but he said that if he left her, then he would give the baby away, basically, like that she wouldn't be able to have the baby, that he would like give the baby to social services. And so she was asking, like, can he do this? And she was terrified. And so he was using the baby as a tool to keep Mamta at the beginning. And he's using the baby as a tool now, ever since she disappeared, so that you feel bad for him, that like he's taking care of this baby and they're the ones who are hurting. Like, yes, it is true. He sold his car on August 19th and spoke to two people about selling his house. And this is what we found out in during the arraignment. Did I say WJLA just joining? Hi. All right, what else do we have, guys? I don't know if they're going to do a press release. I don't know about the kind of disability he had either. I also hope the baby can go to somebody who Mamta trusts. I know, right? Like, ooh, yeah. We don't know who's taking care of the child yet. But a couple people earlier in the live said that her family, Mamta's family's visas were approved, and so they are on their way to the U.S., which is excellent news. Uh, no accomplices were mentioned during the arraignment. He bought cleaning supplies on July 31st, and the day before, he bought a 3-pack of knives from Walmart. I don't know anything about the people who lived or live in the basement. Thank you so much. Naresh said nothing in court. Naresh does not need to speak. Defendants do not need to ever speak in court, other than a few things, like, do you want, like, if the judge will say, do you understand, what you ask them their full name, things like that. But no, he did not need to speak. He chose not to speak. His lawyer spoke for him. No body parts. No, no. He did not confess. He has not spoken. Yes, he had a lawyer. I don't know if it's a private lawyer or a court appointed attorney. No, I don't believe that he flushed the body. Yes. If the evidence turns out the way that it's looking, meaning that he bought these 3 knives on July 30th and later killed Mamta with, one or two of those knives, then yes, that is very strong evidence that this was premeditated. Right now, the baby is in CPS custody, but hopefully will be placed with somebody Mamta trusts. Yes, I will make a video with an update. Unfortunately, yes, I do not believe Mamta is alive. Naresh has not pleaded guilty. I don't know where Mamta could be. Very happy that her mom is back, or coming back to the U.S. Very happy. He already appeared in court. That's why we're doing the live. 2 of the 3 knives that he bought from Walmart are unaccounted for. 2 knives are missing, actually, not 1. Oh, is she? So is she with? Is the baby with one of Mamta's friends? I hadn't heard that this morning. As the last I heard was yesterday when Mamta was with CPS. Thank you. No, the baby is not here, as far as I know. He did not speak in court. Yeah. So we don't know about all of the surveillance evidence that the police have, but they do have CCTV from the 2 WalMarts. I already recapped once, so I'm gonna just do a video after this with a recap. Okay, so somebody just said the baby's still with CPS, but the friend's trying to get the baby. You know, The baby's safe right now, and that's all that matters, because I was very, very, very concerned with the baby being with Naresh this entire time. So I'm just glad that she's not with him. They probably won't release the surveillance footage. All right, guys, any other questions? And again, I'll do a video with a full recap of all the evidence too. Yep, two Walmarts. Neither Walmart was in his town or county. Yes, July 30th, he bought 3 knives from Walmart. July 31st, he bought cleaning supplies. I don't know if the police are giving any statements. Like I said, I mean, y'all, like, this arraignment was at 8:30 a.m. I literally woke up, threw on some clothes, took my youngest child to school, and then drove out to Manassas Park. I'm about 45 minutes from here, so I actually missed the first couple of minutes of the arraignment. But yeah, I drove straight here, and then as soon as I got out of the courtroom, I got on this live. So I have no other information for you about anything that happened today, or even like late last night, because I just haven't seen anything yet because I've only been doing this morning. So all I know is what happened in the arraignment. Yeah, he sold his Tesla on August 19th. We don't know how big the knives were. We don't know any details about the knives. No, they have not yet added charges, but even the defense attorney seems to be expecting them, which he should. No, he doesn't have another car. Yes, he was in talks to sell the house. That is correct. I don't know what this join my team heart thing that keeps on popping up. I don't know what that means. Um, I don't know what a lot of this means, honestly. I've only gone live on TikTok a couple times, and usually it's to like, I don't know, 10 people. Like, what is this? Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't think that there's a lot of evidence in the Tesla other than the electronic evidence. I don't think there's necessarily physical evidence in the Tesla. There could be. I mean, I really don't know. He left a shitload of evidence in his house, so maybe he left some in the Tesla as well. He sold his car on August 19th, not July 19th. Yes, they are still looking for Mamta. We don't know what his motive was, other than, Mamta has apparently been a victim of domestic abuse, and a lot of times things escalate from there. Oh, the joint. Hold on, wait. Those join me are gifts, and if you get enough, it pushes your page to FYP. Thank you. I did not know that, so I appreciate that. The next hearing right now is scheduled for October 24th, but somebody mentioned that there might be a bond hearing sooner than that, which would make sense because the October 24th hearing is the preliminary hearing. But as of right now, um, or as of when I was in the courtroom, the next hearing wasn't until October 24th. The police believe that Mamta is no more based on the evidence that they found and the amount of what appears to be blood in her home. He's not in the process of selling his home. It sounds like he was just starting the talks of selling his home. No, we don't have the death penalty. The tenants in the basement are something I just started hearing about yesterday. I don't know if they currently have tenants or perhaps they used to have tenants. I do not know. Yeah, so I've been over the whole developments from the arraignment, and I'll make a recap video after this. The police don't know if he separated anything. You're right. Maybe we do have it. I don't know. I don't think the death penalty gets used very often, if we do still have it. The body could be basically anywhere. He had weeks. Yes, I am going to summarize everything and post a video on that. They have not found her body. The next hearing is the preliminary on October 24th, but there will probably be like a bond hearing before then. There's no evidence that he burned anything. No, I've never met Mamta. No, I don't think he's clever. I don't. Sorry. Yes, they found what appears to be blood on the carpet. They think that he was trying to leave. We don't know where to. The TikTok videos, I don't know if it was her mom or Naresh's. Lie detector tests are not admissible in court. I don't think it would be helpful in this case. No, she does not have family here, but apparently her mom's emergency visa was approved and she is on her way. I don't know if they checked the video clips of Tesla. If they didn't, that's a complete failure because they had plenty of time. And I've been saying since day one that the electronic data in the Tesla was probably very important in this case. Right now he's in jail. They're going to have a bond hearing, but as of this morning, he was just in jail. No, he didn't admit anything. I mean, anybody will share any video if you get a warrant. Yeah, I agree. That's what I've been saying for 2 weeks, that the data inside the Tesla is so important in this case. Yeah, they've pulled phone records. I don't know what's going to happen with the property. Probably he's going to liquidate his assets and use it for his defense. Yep. He didn't accept anything. Naresh is not in the UK. He's in the US. We are in Manassas, Virginia right now. He lives in Manassas Park, Virginia. Prince William County. Yeah, neighbors have Ring cameras. Police have already gotten that footage. Dude, I don't know about that. Oh, there have been so many screenshots. You got to be more specific. Yeah, I heard that they got approved for their emergency visa. Um, Police, have pretty much confirmed that Mamta is no longer with us. Yes. I don't know when the next press conference is. She has not been found. Mamta's parents are on their way from Nepal, so no, the baby is not currently with them. And again, if you guys have like links you want to send me or just information, you can DM me here on TikTok. If you have like screenshots, any other files you'd like to send me, my email is in my bio. She has not been found, no. We don't know who's going to get custody of the baby. Can you believe? I don't know. He had an IT job somewhere. I don't know exactly where. I think it's on LinkedIn though. Can you believe that on all days I forgot my notebook and I had to write all of my notes from this arraignment on like an old 1099? Yeah, police have pulled his phone. And they pulled her phone records as well. That's why we know that her phone last pinged in Loudoun County. Yes, justice for Mamta. Based on the evidence presented, which again is just a very brief overview of the evidence, yes, it looks premeditated in my opinion. No, I don't believe that the baby can be taken to Nepal. I'm going to release another video where I go over all the evidence again. We don't know when she was last seen on the neighbor's camera. That did not come up today. It's taking this long to find the body because he had weeks to hide it. As far as I know, the baby is still with CPS, and they're trying to determine a placement for her. No, they have not found Mom's phone. Yes, I agree. He had way too much time. No, there hasn't been any mention of anybody else being involved up to this point. Yeah, I don't know why it took the police 3 weeks to get a warrant. Seems a little absurd to me. Neighbors did have cameras, we just don't know what they showed. No, her last location, according to her, I shouldn't say her last location. We don't know her physical last location. Her phone's last location was Loudoun County. They, the police had been in the house prior to this big warrant that they executed the other day, but I don't know, if that was just to interview Naresh or what they were doing there. No body parts. Why do people keep on asking that? Is that a rumor that's been going around? Like, if it is, that's horrible. Like, no body parts. Please stop saying that. Yeah, I think that's a good question. Why was there no help when she was seeking help way before she was murdered? I mean, that's that just points to a lot of systemic failures in the country and a lack of education, unfortunately, that a lot of people have when they're in these abusive situations and they just don't know what their options are or how they can get out. Everybody deserves a public attorney. It's kind of one of the things our entire country is based on. Loudoun County is not where she worked. Loudoun County is where I live. It's depending on where in Loudoun County, it's about a half an hour to 45 minutes away from where they lived. I don't know anything about the tenants in the basement or even if they were still living in the house at this time. He bought these all the stuff at Walmart at the end of July. He didn't sell his car till August 19th. Yeah, I'm sitting in front of the courthouse. This whole live was the update from court this morning. He's not talking inside the court because you don't have to, and most defendants don't. She didn't return months later. She was gone for like a week back in February. It is very complicated to get out of an abusive relationship. I agree. I haven't heard anything from Naresh's parents, but no, her body has not been found. There's an ant on my arm. I don't know how they're going to locate the body. Um, If he's found guilty of this one charge, he can face up to a couple of years in jail. But there are definitely more charges coming. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to work with the baby. I don't know if her parents are going to be able to stay here and take care of the baby. I'm just saying the baby can't be taken to Nepal yet. I'm not saying the baby can never be taken to Nepal, but the baby cannot be taken to Nepal yet. So hopefully for the time being, her parents will be able to stay here and take care of the baby. Her last phone location was not at home. Her last phone location was July 30th in Loudoun County. He bought on July 30th a 3-pack of knives, and July 31st from a different Walmart, he bought cleaning supplies. I will keep you updated. Yep, her mom's on the way to the US. Excellent news. No, I mean, you can't just take money from somebody. Um, yeah, they can't withdraw his money. No, the knives and the cleaning supplies are not the only evidence they have. They also have all of what appears to be blood evidence that they took from the home. No, we don't know if the blood. We don't know if it is blood. We don't know whose blood it is, and we likely won't know for many weeks, if not months. Yes, he did not surrender. They arrested him at his home. That is correct. 2 of the 3 knives he bought on July 30th are unaccounted for. This is all happening in Virginia. I also wish the court hearing was recorded because I have to rely on my notes, but I do have notes. The info from the knives and selling his car all came from the Commonwealth's attorney, the prosecutor, because as part of the arraignment, they went over the evidence that they had and why they brought this charge against him. Um, it means that investigators know that he bought those 3 knives on Walmart on July 30th, and when they searched his home, they found 1 knife. They did not find the other 2. Yes, I will absolutely share notes. I don't know where the baby was. Thank you. I don't think they're going to release the CCTV. No, he sold his car afterwards. So they believe that he killed Mamta. So the prosecution believes that he killed Mamta on July 30th. He did not sell his car until August 19th. His name is Naresh Bhatt. Bhatt. The story about the knife, he bought 3 at Walmart July 30th, and police can't find 2 of them. No, she talked to her mom on July 30th, Nepali time. So it's July 29th here. Her mom tried to get in touch with her July 31st, Nepali time, could not get in touch with her. And according to the prosecution, July 29th was the last day that Mamta's phone wasn't working. What will happen if Darsh doesn't confess? Darsh isn't going to confess. I mean, probably. Maybe if he makes a deal, he'll confess. I wouldn't count on it, though. Um, what's going to happen is he's going to be convicted on the evidence that's gathered. Most convictions do not involve confessions here. Police have not found Mamta's phone. They just know that the last location where pinged was in Loudoun County. Yes, they found what appears to be blood in the house. That was the main evidence that was given at the arraignment today. Oh, yeah, he'll get released after 5 years. I think 5 years is like the maximum for this charge. But like I said, this charge is really just the beginning, and we can expect many more charges. How far is her last location, Charles? Now, again, I want to make it clear we don't know her last location. It's her phone's last location. They didn't specify what tower her phone pinged on, just that it was in Loudoun County. Now, depending where in Loudoun County, it would be anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour away from her home. I don't know why it took the police 3 weeks to get this warrant. It seems absurd. We didn't see any evidence of him buying plastic. There's no evidence that she had a boyfriend or anything like that. I don't know how many years he's been living in the US, but he was in the army, so I mean, for a while. Yes, it does look like he was talking to other women too. I was going to make a video on that too with that screenshot. So I'll probably do that later, but I'll do this recap video first. We don't know how he transported the body. I would agree that it took too long for the police to search his home. But they still found a lot of evidence, so. Correct, his texts do say kill, and yeah, I was going to talk about those later. Yeah, I don't know if he sold his car to try to dispose of evidence. That is probably part of it, probably at least the electronic evidence. But I think honestly, he wanted to get some cash too. Yes, he is innocent until proven guilty. This is correct. I wouldn't say he's in the process of selling his home. He spoke to a couple of people about selling his home, but it doesn't sound like he had gotten very far in that process. So I'm looking for my chapstick. Oh gosh, dropped my phone. He did not confess, no. Yeah, I don't know who that was in the back. Yes, I'm very, very happy he did not harm the baby. I've been extremely concerned about her being with him. Police found what appears to be bloodstains in the house. They have not found two of the three knives that he bought at Walmart. Yeah, you're right. He did not look for her. I hope. I mean, if they didn't get a warrant for the electronics of the car before he sold it on the 19th, then in my opinion, that is a failure on the police's part. So hopefully that evidence is still available. Yes, he sold the car on August 19th. He seems pretty old. I mean, so he's like 37 and Mamta's 28. He sold it to CarMax, and I'm sure they tried to turn it around right away. I don't know if it's been resold or if it's still at CarMax. I wouldn't worry about him confessing. I think they could still probably get a conviction. Most convictions don't have confessions. He's 37, I believe. Yeah, I'm hoping that police had already gotten the warrant from Tesla for Tesla's records. If not, I hope they're still there. They have not found Mamta. I don't know how he got back home. I don't. He probably took an Uber. They have not found Mamta. He bought 3 knives one day from Walmart and cleaning supplies the next day. Well, they're testing the blood, so they are going to find out, you know, whose blood it is. He has not confessed to anything now. I don't know who she asked for. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Yes, he can still be charged even if they don't find her. All right, you guys. TikTok just told me that I've gone live for 90 minutes, which seems like a long time. So don't forget to take a break. So I think I should probably get off here soon and just make the video kind of explaining all of this. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Thank you guys. I really appreciate all of you being here. I really appreciate all of you caring about Mamta and her case and getting justice for her. So yes, thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and hop off, and then yes, I'm going to make a video, and in this video I will put everything that I took notes on, uh, everything that I learned during the arraignment today. Okay. So I'll put that up and we'll get that up here ASAP. So I'm going to get off the live right now and go ahead and make that video. So be sure to follow me if you're not already. And again, I do have an entire playlist of all the videos that I've made on Mamta's case. I've been doing basically daily updates. So you can get caught up on everything on those in that playlist. So thank you very much, everybody who joined today. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate you caring. I appreciate all the questions, and I am going to hop off right now and make that video. Thank you for listening to the podcast. I appreciate it. We have a new episode out today that is not related to Mom's case, but I do think I'm going to go ahead and make next Friday's episode an update on Mom's case. So, okay, I'm going to hop off now and make the video. Thank you so much.